Hello everyone, this is Juanita the Sonista, and I'm here today to show you guys how to do the ruffled socks. And what you're going to be needing is, you're going to be needing a roll of this netting tool, and this roll right here is 6 inches wide across, okay? And then you're going to be needing some elastic, and you're going to only need, depending on how wide the ankle of the person that's going to be wearing the sock. I usually do 7 inches for my 5-year-old granddaughter, so you're going to need 2 pieces of that because you're going to be making 2 socks, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut my 7 inches of this right now, so that I already have them ready. Okay, so you're going to need 2 7-inch pieces. You're also going to need 2 medium-sized safety pins, okay? 2 medium-sized safety pins. And what I like to use, and I haven't seen anybody use, is this stitch witchery. It's like a heat and bond. It's like a seam tape like, and I'll show you what I'm going to be using this for. But this is optional, so you make the decision after you see how I use that, okay? And then, of course, you're going to need ribbon. And I picked this ribbon here, okay? I thought it was kind of cute, the little snowman. But this ribbon had wire going through the ends of each side of it. However, I did pull the wire out. It's really easy to pull out. And I bought this because I could not find a ribbon that I really liked, and this one was a wired ribbon, so I just said, you know what, I'll just pull the ribbon out, okay? I mean, pull the wire out of it. So that's what I did with this. So that piece of tulle that's 6 inches wide, you're going to fold it in half. See, that's folded in half. And then I laid my ribbon right in the center there. So there's enough tulle hanging on this side and this side. This side happens to have the fold, okay? The side that has the fold is the side that I'm going to create a casing for to run the elastic through, okay? So when you lay this under your machine, remember your ribbon, and this ribbon is about maybe 5/8, I want to say, let's see, yeah, it's about 5/8, okay, inches wide, if I'm not mistaken. I'll correct that in the comments. But I'm just simply putting this under my machine, okay? And I'm going to sew right along the edge of the border of this ribbon here, okay? And my stitch length is at about 3 on my machine. I don't want it to gather, but I want it to be a little tighter stitch so it doesn't ruffle or gather up while I'm sewing it. So if I keep this ribbon right in the center here of my tulle, then that's where I'm going to sew it, okay? So we're going to do the first stitch across here. And I'm just simply keeping the tulle folded, and I'm keeping the ribbon in the center. And of course I'm sewing right on the edge, right below the edge of that ribbon, okay? And it may shift a little bit, and if it does, just stop and straighten it up. And by the way, the tulle, that 6-inch wide tulle, I did cut 3 yards of that, and I cut 3 yards of ribbon, okay? And sometimes tulle is really easy to work with depending on what kind you purchase. If you purchase, you know, a heavier weight tulle, you can, you know, manipulate it a little better. And it also folds in half better. But I'm just simply making sure my tulle stays folded there and my ribbon is in the center. And I'm sewing right below the edge of the ribbon. And you're just going to do that till you get to the end. I'm almost there. And this is a standard size sock for 3, 4 to 5-year-old. So these measurements that you were giving, the 3 yards of tulle, the 3 yards of ribbon, will work well for those age groups. If, you know, it's a 7-year-old to 12-year-old, you may want to purchase tulle that's wider, and then you may want to cut, I want to say maybe 3.5 to 4 yards of tulle and 3.5 to 4 yards of ribbon to make it full for, you know, a person with a larger foot or ankle, that is. Okay, and I'm taking my time and I'm doing this because I want to make sure it's done right. So I got a little bit more to go, probably about 1.5 feet to sew. And if you guys haven't joined our Facebook group, it's All Things Sewn. The link is there in the description of this video. Also, we do have sewing classes, and we're going to be having more upcoming projects. This project here is one of our holiday homemade projects. This will be a great gift to give out during the holidays to some of the children. Okay, so I've sewn that side, you guys. It's sewn, and you see this folded side here. This side is the side that's opened. Okay, now I'm just going to simply go back and I'm going to create the casing by sewing on the fold. Okay, and you can sew anywhere from 1/4 inch or so down into the tulle to form this casing. And as you notice, I have the netting or the tulle right along my presser foot. So I'm using my presser foot as a guide. And what that's going to do is form my casing. To run that 1/4 inch elastic, that 7-inch piece that I cut. Clip this thread here. Okay, so now I have formed a casing. You see that stitch there? And I'm going to run the elastic right up through there. So I'm going to grab one of my safety pins here. And remember that 7-inch piece of elastic that we cut earlier? Let me see where I did with it. It is right here. You're going to put that elastic through here. And then on the other end of the elastic, you're going to take the other safety pin and you're going to do it across this way, so that when you're pulling this elastic through, you don't pull it all the way up through the casing. This safety pin will kind of stop it. So that one's like creating a T, and then this one here, okay, is straight. And so I just simply find the opening here in the tool where I created the casing. Let me see if I can find that. Here it is, right here. Okay, and see how I stuck the safety pin up through there, okay? And then you're simply going to run that piece of elastic and pull it through here, okay? And you want to take your time so that you don't, I'm going to go ahead and pull it to this end just to show you. You see how that pin there is basically, it's not going through the casing part because the safety pin is crosswise. Okay, so I'm just going to simply keep feeding this through, okay, until I get all the way to the end. Hopefully I'm doing this quick enough so this video is not drawn out, but I want you guys to basically just see I'm just feeding that elastic through, okay, and we'll play around with it after we get this all the way through. I'm going to just show you guys how to close the end. I've seen some of the people closing their ends with hot glue, but I'm going to stitch my elastic together after I get it through here because I just feel a little bit more confident in stitching the elastic because that glue can come loose. Well, the elastic can pull away from it, I would like to say. Okay, almost to the end here. Okay, see the nice pretty ruffles we're forming? Trying to stay within the camera here. And like I say, you can use any size ribbon that you like. You could put the ribbon where I placed it in the center of the tool or at the edge of the tool. Doesn't matter what, it's just what you're trying, what look you're trying to create. And it's your creation, so you can look however you want it to look. Okay, so I got that to come through to the end. So now what I'm going to do is come down here to the other end where the other safety pin is, which is here. Okay, I'm going to pull that through, and then I'm going to take the safety pins off, but I'm going to make sure that I'm hanging on to the elastic. Okay, I'm going to show you guys here in a second. Now I have both pieces of elastic that came through to the end, and I'm going to overlap that elastic. I'm overlapping it. Okay, so it's overlapped, and I'm going to simply put it back under my machine, and I overlapped it about an inch. Okay, and I'm bringing it under my machine. Sorry if I move the camera a little bit. Okay, put my presser foot down, and I'm going to do a small zigzag stitch. So I'm changing my stitch length to 1. And I'm going to go back and forward a few times to stitch that elastic in place. Now that elastic is secure. And then I'm going to move it over where the other end is at. Put down my presser foot. And we'll go back and forward 4 or 5 times on that end. Now I'm going to show you guys here what I did after I clip these threads away. Give me a second. Okay. So simply what I did is I sewed this end together with a zigzag, that end together with the zigzag. So that's a little bit more secure, okay? Then you're going to go ahead and manipulate. And if you want to cut these ends, because they're sticking out a little bit, you see, I can go ahead and cut those so I can have a smoother lay here, okay? And then I'm just going to work that tool right up over that place where I sewed and around this one. Now I'm going to kind of just play with this, okay, and pull it around, because see, this is kind of open right there, and I want some ruffle in there. So you're just moving it around, okay? Just manipulate it, okay? Guys, see that? Okay, until you get it enough ruffle around where it's nice and ruffled. Okay, just play with it a little so it can kind of even out. Okay, so now there is your ruffle, right? Now, the end. Most people don't do anything with that end. Hopefully I can find it. Yeah, here it is right here. You see how that's opened? And even though it's all ruffled in and you can't see it, I just feel like it's incomplete. So you could either line your lace, your tulle, and your ribbon up. And then what you can do is you could take a piece of this stitch witchery and you can just literally tear this, okay? And you can just lay a little piece here, okay? And you can go to and then lay this over it and go to your iron and iron it down, and then that way that is going to lay flat, okay? I don't know if my iron is still hot. Let me see. I'll put this on here and iron it a little bit and see. Okay. So that closed that up. So now you don't see that. But that's your sock. Okay? So then what happens is you just simply put this over the foot and pull it up to the ankle on the sock. And I have a second one made here. I'm going to move my machine out the way so you guys can see. Okay? So I have the sock here. It's beautiful, huh? And this is what it looks like before you put it over the sock. And that's how simple it is to make your ruffled socks. Okay? I hope that helped you guys out today on how to make your ruffled socks so you can make plenty of these. A whole lot of them. Give them away as Christmas gifts to your little loved ones in your family. Okay, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And ring the little bell so that the next time I post another video, you'll be able to join me on it. Thanks, everyone. This is Juanita Sonista checking out. Bye-bye.